for the training session. He's a lecturer in the Department of Economics, Hallmark University, Ijebu-Itele, Ogun State, Nigeria. And he's also a PhD candidate under the supervision of Professor E.O. George of the Department of Economics, Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwe, Nigeria, the department to which I also belong. And the person in name is Toriola Anu. Mr. Toriola, please, you can now address the participants. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, sir. And thank you for giving me the privilege. And thank you for being a father always. So, because of time, I will try to rush through the class, the training, as fast as possible. So I welcome you, our participants. It is my privilege to take you through the class. Thank you. So this session is on data analysis with EViews. So we knew that in economics and in other fields of study, there's no how we will not deal with data. There are some saying that data is life. So yes, we have to measure our outcome. We have to measure our performance. We have to do all this so that we can be able to control. What you don't measure, you cannot control. There's no any tangible plan you can make without doing adequate measurement. So that is the reason why data analysis is one of the core functions. It's one of the core responsibility of everybody in academics or everybody that is a problem solver. So, as such, we are looking at data analysis in general. Before this generation, before this time, hello, sir.
Hi, I'm listening. Yeah, okay. We are with you.
Before these days, when we go back to the past decades, you'll find out that there are limited methods available to analyze data. The traditional method that was in use then is pen and paper. People can only undo simple regression, one variable against another variable, price and quantity, sales and revenue. These are the only analysis that people can handle during this period. So, but with the evolution of technology and expansion in knowledge, several packages has been designed in order to help us to do analysis that relates to real life situation that is not limited to simple regression, that is not limited to one variable or the other. We find out that real life situations are so complex to the extent that you have more than one variable depending on a particular variable. As such, simple regression and correlation analysis cannot cater for all real life issues. So technology has now helped us now to have a platform by which we can analyze multiple variables, by which we can capture every real life situation. So one of the such packages, one of such software that was developed, especially for people in the field of economics, is EViews. And the full meaning of EViews is econometric view. So econometric view was designed majorly for any profession that deals with econometrics. That is, any profession that use quantitative data. So to say, it is not in all ramification, but we can say that any profession that deals with quantitative data. So that is the purpose of EView. So the EView packages is available. I have shared the link by which you can get the trial version. You can contact me if you actually need the full version. You can contact me personally before we have our concluding part of the training, so that you can be able to install it and use it for practice. So the first thing we are going to start with is to look at the types of data. Are we following? Is to look at the types of data. So I would like to project the 20 PowerPoint. This is the 20 PowerPoint. Can we see it? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Dr. Ajayi. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can we see the PowerPoint?
Yes, I've seen.
Okay, everybody can see the PowerPoint.
Yes.
Okay. So, according to the introduction section, our doctor has actually introduced us to the content of the course. So, and I've been able to explain how we come about EView and what was in practice before we are able to come about EView software. So without much ado, I move to the types of data. Types of data. So we want to be able to clarify the kind of data you can use EView to analyze and the kind of data you can use SPSS to analyze. So when we're talking about data, data can be annual, it can be quarterly, it can be monthly, it can be daily, depending on the kind of variables that the data is related to. When you are talking about sales, an organization can prepare their sales data daily as they are selling. When we are talking about economic growth, the country usually prepare their GDP annually. So it depends on the interest of the organization involved. Data can be prepared annually, it can be for annual reports of firms, it is usually quarterly, and some they have it yearly. So these are the first category of data that we can have. Another division of data is to group data into time series, cross-section, and panel data. That's another category of data. When we talk about time series, please, I encourage all the participants to mute themselves, please. I encourage you to mute yourself so that we can. Are we together? Okay, are we together? I'm trying to, Doctor, sir. Dr. Ajayi?
You said we should. Yes, you said we should mute, so I've done so.
No, don't mute, sir. You are not to mute, sir. I mean, other participants should mute.
Okay.
Okay. So, the second category of data, as I've said, is when we group data into time series, cross-section, and panel data. When we're talking about time series data, there are data which can be annual, it can be quarterly, it can be monthly, it can be daily, but it must be at least 5 days if it is daily. It must cover at least 5 months if it's monthly, and it must cover at least 5 quarters if it is quarterly. If it is daily, it must cover at least 5 days. That is time series data. It moves across time from the first day to the second day to the third day and to the fifth day. So as much as possible number of days that you are considering. Monthly for the first month to the second month, as much as possible months you are considering. Yearly, the same thing. But when we are talking about cross-section, these are data at a single point in time. They are data at a single point in time. They can be on different variables, but at a single point in time. It can be at a day, a particular day. It can be at a particular month. It can be at a particular quarter. And it can be at a particular year. They are data at a single point in time. The time does not change. The time remains constant. It's the number of variables involved that are different. These are common to people that use questionnaire. They are the kind of data that SPSS is designed mainly for. They use questionnaire. So when you went to the field, you went to the field at a particular point in time. It is not repeated. But time series is a repeated data. But when we move to panel data combines the future of both time series and cross-sectional data. It is the data that covers at least 5 time periods and at least on different, it's cover more than at least, it's cover at least 5 time period, and it is on different variables or sectors. It combines both the future of time series and cross-sectional. So as I've written here, I said EViews is specially designed for time series and panel data, while SPSS is designed for cross-sectional data, which are available only at a point in time.
Okay.
So, is that clear enough, sir? Doctor, sir?
Yeah.
Is that explanation clear enough?
It's clear enough.
It's clear enough. So we can move forward. So we want to start with the basic use of EView. We are starting with the basic. Okay, sorry. I want to. Okay. So we want to start with basic use of EView. Basic use of EView. If you have your EView on your system, you can open it along because this is a practical class. We are going to demonstrate all the whole process. So the first thing you will do in EView is to present your data. The first thing you do in EView is to present your data. So when you want to present your data, it is better for you to prepare it first in your Excel. You prepare it first in your what? In your Excel. The reason for this is that Excel have a lot of tools for you to manipulate the data according to purpose. Excel have a lot of tools for you to manipulate the data according to purpose. So whenever you go to a particular source for your data, whenever you go to maybe CBN Statistical Bulletin site, or you have downloaded the data, you go to the OECD portal, you have downloaded the data, you go to the WDI data portal, you download the data. These are sources of data. WDI, OECD, CBN. When you go to their portal, you download the data. So the first thing you do after downloading is to copy the variables you needed to your Excel. And when you are pasting it in Excel, you have to make sure that the column is used to present the time, while the row is used for the names of the variable. The row, you capture the names of the variable, while the column will capture the what? The year. Are we together? Then you can transport it from the portal you are copying it for. Let's assume that it is not organized in the way you want it. You can transpose your data in Excel. You can transport your data in Excel. So that is the purpose of Excel. So I'm going to demonstrate what I've just said now. I'm going to demonstrate it now. So I will try to share a screen now. I will try to share a screen now. Okay. Hello, can everybody see the screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, okay. So what I mean is that when you go to the source of data you want to extract information from, the data may not be in the format you want it to be. It may not be in the format you want it to be. It is your duty to copy it from that source to Excel. And every manipulation you want to do, you then do it on Excel. Let's assume, look at this data now. In most of these sources, this is how it used to be. You find out that the column is for the variable names, while the row is for the what? For the year. Are you getting it now? Most of the sources of data, this is the format. You have the name of the variable here in the column, and you have the year in the what? In the row. Now let's assume that this is the portal. This is the downloaded data. And I now needed the year to be in the what? In the column, while the names of the variable to be in the what? In the row. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy the data from the source. I will now create a new Excel file. I will control new.
Okay.
When I control new, that's a new Excel file. So this is the Excel file I want to use for my EView. So I will try to paste what I have copied. I will paste it. But remember that that is not the format I want it. So that is not the format I want it. I will now transpose it. So watch out. When I right click here, I will click on the option of paste special. Right click and click on what? Paste special. I will now say transpose. I will check transpose. So by checking transpose, it has helped me to transpose my column to row and my row to what? To column. You can see I have the year now. I have the what? The variable. Did you get that now?
It's not clear.
It's not clear. Should I come again?
Come again, please.
Okay. Look at the data I copy. Look at the data I copy. Let me paste it directly. This is the data I copy. Let's say this is how it is in your source, where you are getting it from. You have copied it. And you now want to paste it in Excel, your worksheet. You don't want it in this format. You want the year to be in the column, while the names will be in the what? In the row. So you will right click. When you right click, are you getting me? You will now click on the option of paste special.
Paste special, okay.
Paste special. You now uncheck. Don't uncheck anything. You now check transpose. And you click on OK. It will change it to the format you want. It will change it to a format, so you don't need to trouble yourself copying data one by one from the source. Are you getting what I'm saying now? You don't need to stress yourself copying data one by one. If that is clear, another thing is that another problem people used to face, especially when they are using WDI or OECD data that has many countries. You are now looking at it. How can you copy data for the country you are working on? The data has many variables. How can you easily extract the variables you want to work on without doing it one by one? So another thing you need to learn around that is how to filter.
Filter, okay.
Filter. I've explained transpose now. You have to learn. Hello. I encourage all participants to mute their video. Except the moderator. Participants, please cooperate. Put your audio and video. So let's assume that this is the source of the data. This is the portal, or this is what you have downloaded from the source.
Okay, may you give me 3,000?
So let's assume that you are not working with all the years.
Okay.
You only want to work with 2017 and 2018. You want to eliminate data for 2015, 2016, and 2019. So what you do is just to go. Can you see me now? Go to filter.
Okay.
Can you see filter?
What?
So you click on filter. Are we together?
Hello, Garu. He say me I collect 3,000.
Hello, participants, mute your video.
Hello, our resource person.
Yes, sir.
Please allow me to bring our participants to this consideration, please. That if you met the meeting running, please listen, please. If you met the meeting running, kindly put off your audio and video so that you don't interrupt the flow of the training. Even if you're going to do anything, you can go to reaction. Hello, please. You can go to reaction and use the thumb up to call the attention of the moderator, and I will inform the presenter so that we can hear what you will say. Maybe there are problems or whatever. And for that purpose, I will like to inform us that we are barely few minutes to the end of the about 40-minute session for the first session, and we have not gone halfway. So I will kindly request the trainer to please go back and just cap the issue of filtering data for the participant to have
Okay,
a
sir.
good grasp. I can understand that people are following with rapt attention, but
Okay, sir.
I will suggest that you let them see the movement of your icons, how it is going in your
Okay, sir.
presentation.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. So I'm talking about filtering your data. So assuming that you need data only for 2017, 2018, and a number of years in the record. So how do you eliminate others and leave only the ones you need? So what you do is to click on filter. Are you getting it now? So you click on filter, and when
Show it now.
can you see filter?
It's
Hello,
not
hello, hello, hello,
the
trainer, please go back, highlight the data and let them see how you get the filter.
You don't need to highlight the data. You don't need to
Okay.
highlight the data. Assuming that this is a WDI data that you have downloaded. You know, you have country, all the countries in the world. You have all the year, even from 1960 to 2019. You understand? And you have several variables. Are you getting it now? Let's assume for the year. Let's assume for the year. Let's say, okay, let's say this is country. Let's say this is, okay. Let's assume for the year you need 2017, 2018 alone. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So, can you see filter here? Can everybody see?
That is yes. Let us see. That's Excel menu.
Yes. Can you see it at the top menu of Excel?
Hello, please. Some of the participants are actually still having their audio on, and they are obstructing the flow of information.
Let's go on, sir.
Okay.
I will encourage the participants. Please follow my cursor. Follow my cursor. Follow the cursor. You can see my cursor now.
Yes.
This is filter. You don't need to highlight anything. You don't need to copy anything. Just go to filter. So when you click on filter, you find out that you can see that there are some boxes. There are some boxes. Can you see the box? So when you click on the first box, you can see it's a list of the year. It's a list of the year. So select all. We show all the year. So you will uncheck select all. You only select the year you needed. Can you see it? And you click on OK. You can see every other year has been eliminated. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
It's clear, sir.
Okay. Even it is country, you can do the same for country. Are you getting what I'm saying? You can do the same for variables.
Okay.
So we are going to demonstrate all that in our next class. So, but just to make everything fast, that is why I'm demonstrating it with just this operation. Can I move on?
Yeah.
Can I move on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's move on.
Please, trainer, please, I want to draw your attention to time. We may be off any moment now.
Okay.
Because of the time limit on Zoom.
Okay, when we are off, just try to go back and re-log in. It's the same password. Re-log in.
Okay.
When we are disconnected, re-log in is the same password. I will get what
Okay.
we're saying. It's the same meeting ID, just re-log in. So that is
Okay.
about transpose and what? And filter. So we are going to move. So I will continue with the slide, with the training slide, so that we will not get lost. So we have been
Okay.
able to demonstrate how to transpose and how to filter. So the next thing we want to look at is how to import our data from our Excel. When we
Okay.
have created the data, how to import it into our what? Our EView. So there are two ways of doing that. Are you getting it now? It is either you import it or you copy and paste. I am going to demonstrate the two now. So I will try and open the EView software. I will share the screen now. So we are moving gradually to the operation now. We are moving to the operation. So I've been able to, I want to share the EView.
It is how to import.
Okay, can you see the EView now?
Yes.
When you open your EView software, this is the first page you are going to see.
Okay.
When you open it, after installing it into your system, when you open it, this is the first page that is going to display. Are you getting it now? This is the first screen that is going to display. So we assume that you already have your worksheet in Excel. You already have it. That is what I explained earlier on. So,
Yes.
so let's assume we have,
Yeah.
let's assume that we have a worksheet. Are we together? We have a worksheet. I'm coming. I will share the worksheet now.
I know at 1,000, I think 2,000.
Yeah.
Okay, now
This.
one big.
Participant, please mute your video and audio. Participant, please mute your video and audio. So I will try to share the screen now for the data, for the worksheet. So this is my worksheet.
Okay.
Hello. The year is
Hi.
in row and the variable is in what? The year is in column and the variable is in what? Is in row. Are we together?
Yes.
So one thing I've done is that you cannot write the full names of your variables.
Okay.
So you have to use abbreviation. Inflation, I've been shortened to inflation rate. Sales, I've been shortened to SL. Dividend has been shortened to DIV. Profit has been shortened. So you have to make sure that you use abbreviation.
All right.
So this is a prepared worksheet. Hello. So from this worksheet, I want to import the data from this worksheet to the what? To EView. So I will close the worksheet now. I'll close it. So I'm going to share. I'm going to share the EView page. EView page. So what you do, the procedure is in the first thing you do. Okay. The first thing you do, according to our PowerPoint, according to our PowerPoint, the first thing you do, okay, you can import directly from Excel or copy and paste. So I'm going to share the EView page now. Are we together now?
I don't just want the one you again.
Are we together?
If I the one you, the only place go out.
Yes.
I want to tell you reality.
So the
but
first
We are
thing you
following.
do is to go to file.
that one
You go to file.
Okay.
You go
We
to
click
new.
on copy.
eh? You said so now.
When you click on file,
before you know you don't go out.
you go to what? New, and you
Yeah.
select.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me first of all start with importing the data. Importing the data. You go to file. You go to import.
Okay.
File. Go to import.
Right.
You go to import from file. Import from file. You will see. You will see another dialog box. So it's directing you to the location where you save your worksheet. You have to.
EView user.
Where have you saved your worksheet? Where did you save it? The worksheet we are working on is saved on the desktop. So I will try and go to the desktop. Hello, can you see me?
Okay.
So I save it in the desktop. So this is what I have in my desktop. And I save it inside this folder, training. So I will click on it. So, and the name of the data, the name I use is 00 Transpose.
Okay.
That's the name. That's the name of the worksheet. So I will select it and click on open. You can see. You can see it on EView now. Open. So I will click on next. I will click on next. And my data is already available. And I will click on finish. So then I will click on yes. My data is already available. Hello? Do you understand the procedure, or I should come again? Doctor, sir, should I come again?
For the opt-in time, please, we are imploring those who are having citers. We are not saying you should not react, but mute your app, please, because it's interrupting with the flow of the training. So for the sake of those who are interrupting, please, and it's beating into our time and is drawing us back. Please quickly wrap up the steps for importing data.
Okay, so when you want to import, make sure you have saved your worksheet somewhere with a name you know on your laptop. You have to be sure of the location and the name you use to save it. Are we together?
Yes.
So you go to file, you come to import. You go to import from file.
Yes.
And you go to the location where you save it. Where you save your worksheet. So I save it in my desktop, and the folder is training, and this is the name. You can just, because everything is properly organized, you can just click on finish. Are you getting now? And click on yes. You have your data in your already. It's as simple as that. Are we together?
Yes.
It's as simple as that. If you want to be sure that your data is here, what you do is that copy all the variables. Select all the variables. This is the first variable. So you can just right click.
Your plan.
Hello. Please, who are the people talking? What's your video, please?
I'm sorry. What can we do now? We have some of us working at cross purposes. For God's sake, we have said we should mute our audio. We are not saying you shouldn't talk, but it's affecting other participants. You are not making others to hear what the trainer is saying. Please, for the sake of our time, we cannot be here and be doing something else. Please, can you quickly? So, please, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I've tried to mute all of them.
Yes.
There's another person that is responding to the class, which is also important. I want to carry her along. I don't know who that respondent is.
Yeah, that's a lady who has been following.
I don't know.
Religiously, yes.
I don't know. Please, if you are the person that has been following a female, please message us in the chat with the name of your device. Message us in the chat with the name so I can unmute you. Message us in the chat so I can unmute you.
Yeah, I think that's Technospark 3.
Technospark 3.
Yeah. So unmute the participants.
You can unmute yourself now.
All right. I've done that, sir.
Okay. Okay, so we can continue. So the data is
Yes,
now
sir.
available. It's available. It's available on the EView.
Please, our resource person, if we have others who can really checkmate or control their audio, they should also inform you. But for now, it seems like most people are violated. So that's why we're muting everybody. We can't be separating our time to be here on this platform and be wasting our listenings. We are here to listen to everybody ourselves. As the trainer is dishing out the stuff, we also want to feel the reaction of those who are listening. There's no point talking and you don't have a feedback, please. So if you
So,
are really willing to control your surrounding in terms of audio feedback, please let the trainer know. He will mute you.
All
so
right.
what you do next is to highlight everything. You can control A to highlight everything. Are we getting it? You don't need to
Yes,
include
sir.
the year. You unselect the year. You hold your control key and just click on it. You don't need to include the year. So these are all your main variables. Are we together?
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
So if you wish, you can include the year, but you don't really need, you can just uncheck the year. So when you right click on what you have highlighted, you right click on what you have highlighted, then you come to open as group.
Okay.
Open as group. You can see all the data. Can you see it? I will
Yes,
demonstrate
sir.
that again. I will do that again. So you control A to highlight. You hold your control key and click on here to unselect it. And you right click on what you have highlighted. You open as group and you can see all your variables. You can maximize it. Can you see them? Can you see everything now?
Yes.
Okay, if you can see it, that is how to import your data. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
That's how to import it. So another way is to copy and paste, but this is the best procedure. Can I demonstrate that?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Okay, there's no need to demonstrate that. By the time we are doing our panel, you will see that because panel require you to follow that step. Are we getting it now? Or I should do that? What do you want?
Maybe just quickly do the copy
Okay, let me demonstrate the copy and paste procedure. Let me demonstrate it. Okay, I will close everything we have here. I will close it. Okay. Okay, so what I do first is to open the EView afresh. So I will open the EView afresh. So this is a manual procedure. This is a manual procedure. So I will go to File. I will follow it.
Yep.
So I will go to File. Instead of going to Import, I will go to New. I will go to New Work File. Can you see it now? New Work File. Can you see it?
Nothing is showing, no. Please. Nothing is showing on my screen, please.
Okay. I'm coming. So let me open the EView.
Share the document.
I will share the screen now. Okay, can you see the EView page now?
Okay, yes,
Okay,
it has.
if you can see the EView page, this is a manual procedure. You will go to File.
Okay.
You will go to New Work File.
Okay.
Can you see a dialog box? This is a manual procedure. It's a manual procedure. So
okay,
you have to know the start year and the end date of your data that you have prepared in your work file.
all right.
So if I go to my work file, are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me go to my Excel. Let me go to the Excel sheet we are working on. Just hold on. Okay. So the year start from
2015.
2015 to 2015 to what? To 2019.
2019.
Are we following? Yes.
Yes,
Are we
sir.
following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me go to the EView page. Okay, this is the EView page.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to find the EView page.
Okay.
Can you see it now? Can you see the page
Can we
now?
close? Can you close the work file page so as to get the EView page?
Can you see
The
the
work
EView?
file is on top of it. Yes.
You can see the EView now.
Yes, sir. I'm on the page, sir.
Okay, if you can see the EView now. So I just go
Yes,
there
sir.
to confirm the start year and the start date. So
Okay.
File, New, Work File. So you come to the start date, 2015, right?
2015.
To 2019,
Yes.
right?
19.
19. So
Yes,
it
sir.
is optional. You can name this file you are working on. It is optional.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying? So you can include the number of pages you are expected to use. The number of pages based on the number of results you want to run. So, but all these are optional. So we are not going there. Just click on OK. Are you with me now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you now go to quick. You go to quick and you select empty group so that you can have where to paste the data.
Okay.
Can you see it now? So I will
Yes.
repeat this step now. I will repeat it now so that you can get the procedure clearly.
Okay.
So I click on File, New, Work File.
Yes.
I input the start date, 2015, and the end date, 20 what? 19.
19.
And I click on OK.
Okay.
Yes.
The next thing I will do is to go to quick. And I will click on empty group. So I can maximize the new dialog box. So I will now go to where my file is saved. Are we getting it now?
Yes.
I will copy only the data. You don't need to copy the year.
Yes, sir. It's there.
And the variable. You don't need to copy the variable names. Only the data. Just copy it and go and paste it. Go and paste it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, can you see it now? So you make sure you paste it where the year starts from. Are you with me now? Where the year starts from, you make sure you paste it where the year starts from.